In today's video, I am going to be breaking down the biggest mistakes that coaches and players make when they're trying to beat a 1-3-1 half-court trap. So basically, I'm going to show you essentially how the 1-3-1 half-court trap works in my opinion and how I like to run it, and then the mistakes that players make against it. Really quickly, if you want my deadly defensive strategies, make sure to go check out the link that is down in the description below. There are different strategies that I use myself that have won a lot of championships, so definitely go check those out. Now let's get down and let's check out this 1-3-1 and the mistakes that players and coaches make. Really quickly, if you like the idea of me writing on this screen, it is the Playbook link that is down in the description below as well, and you can go get this app for yourself. Okay, so the whole main idea, at least in a 1-3-1 half-court trap, is to trap the players who have the ball in these corners. Now, there is a strategy where you can trap the corners, but also trap the baseline right here. There is a strategy for that. It works really well, but I don't run that one because I run this strategy with younger players and I prefer just to trap in these corners. How you do that is basically 1 and 4 trap, 4 and 2 trap, 2 and 3 they trap, and then 3 and 1 they trap. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of coaches and players make is they will come down court, they will set up early like this with the players in the corner. I literally want every team to do this if I'm running this zone, because the first thing that they're going to do is player 1 is going to try and attack one side or the other. At this time, as soon as he starts attacking that right side, I have player 4 starting to move up, looking to intercept that pass. I have player 2 starting to move over to try to intercept any passes going here, and then I start having player 5 move down so that he can intercept any passes over here, and player 3 starts slightly moving over so that he can intercept the passes on this side. But if the player is going towards this side, he generally is not passing here anyways. When they start going over towards this side, if they make this pass, if player 4 can't intercept it, then player 2 will get that ball. When that happens, player 1 is going to sprint over. Player 4 is going to either try and recover. If he can't and he's stuck behind, let's say he's been put in jail, then at that point, we will have player 1 take that sideline. But generally speaking, I want player 4 to trap on that sideline, and I want player 1 to start trapping here. So basically, there's the trap. At this time, player 2 should be moving over so that he can intercept any passes going there. I want player 5 to start heading down into the paint because I do not want anything to go into the paint. And then at this time, I want player 3 to take middle. Now, if they pass out of that corner to back to player 1, I want player 3 to intercept that ball every single time. We're close enough to half where if we miss this interception, we can still have players recover. And then player 3 can just sprint back to this side. However, I would really hope that player 3 should be able to at least pick off that pass. This ball is essentially dead at this point. If he somehow manages to get that ball to player 5, I want player 2 not to force baseline. I do not want a player to go baseline. That is the worst thing that I would want to have happen. I want to force him back up this way. I do not want to force him to the middle. I do not want to force him baseline. I want to play him straight up and force him back over here. Because now what's going to happen is player 4 needs to be trailing and he needs to trap here. Remember, 4 was here, 2 was here. These are their trap locations. Player 5 is watching the paint, and now player 3 and 1 can essentially drop. We can have player 3 watch the high post if he wants. We can have him drop over here, but generally speaking, here should be fine. If player 5 goes baseline, beats player 2, 5 needs to cut that off, and now player 3 needs to scramble and cut off this side because there will be a weak side cut. Now, that's really hard to explain, but what we've seen so far is one mistake here, pass down to the second mistake. These are trap locations. This is a massive mistake. This gets a turnover right away, and I am very happy with my team, with my teammates, my players. I'm very happy. Another major, massive mistake that I see a ton of is this, where every team comes down in one big line like this. Because I'm going to tell you right now, where's that ball going to go? These guys all sprinting down at the same time. Let's say they had no organization. They're all disorganized. Player 1's going to pass to player 5. This just shifts the zone just so slightly. Now they're all running down here. Player 5 passes over here. Trap. He's done. Player 5. Player 3 starts moving up. Player 2 starts moving over. This is happier than anything. If they want to try and get that short pass to player 5, it's going to be intercepted. It's either going to be tipped by player 1 or player 3 is going to be here trying to get it. This is just one big massive mistake. When you're going against a trap, you do not want all 5 players to be moving down court at the exact same time. Now, I actually tend to run this quite high because the courts that we play on are shorter. They're not a full 100-foot court. They're usually somewhere in that 80-foot range, which means that we can run a bit higher and still have the speed be able to get down to the baseline if teams tend to make that long pass. Well, a few times just confuses me, but a few times I've seen teams that have players that sprint all the way down to the baseline. Player 1 kind of dribbles off to one side because at the youth level up here in Canada, until they become U13, when they're U12 and under, we cannot press. We can only go to half court, which means that this guy can dance around back here for 8 seconds and then he has to turn over the ball. So because of that, I've seen this more often than not. It's so interesting, but they'll make this really long pass. And usually what happens is because this guy starts dribbling out to this side, my guys are smart, they'll start moving down like this because there's no real sense. Player 3 will stay high because player 1's on this side, but they'll start moving down because there's nobody up here. So they'll start moving down, long pass, intercepted. Or this guy starts dribbling up, trapped, now everyone's stuck. Now we get to see, okay, well, player 2 is going to intercept here, player 5 is going to intercept here, player 4 can start moving up. This is all cut off right here. There's nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. It's finished, trap, and done. Instead, this is one of the ways that you can beat a 1-3-1. You set up a guy in the middle. Very easy. You have 2 guards in the backcourt, and you have your corners. The corners are not there to receive passes. They're not there at all to receive a pass. What they're there for is to cut. What you want to see is these guys will start shifting over like this. You can then have a pass to player 2. You can quickly pass into player 5. The defense would be shifting, but because this defender's on this side, player 3 would cut. This would be a pass, pass, pass. Very simple. No dribbles. I don't want to see any dribbles on this. That after that pass here, I want to see just a quick pass here, pivot, pass down here, layup. Very simple. If player 2 is fast, player 4 will cut. This will be a pass to player 4, and this would be a layup. So there's the strategy. Make sure to go check out my deadly defensive strategies that are down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. I hope that this video has helped you.